All right, ladies. So today I'm doing a small upgrade to the Nissan Frontier. My brakes are pretty shot. They're so bad when you pull the e-brake when you're parked, the thing still rolls around. So it's definitely time to upgrade the brakes. I am going to upgrade to a slotted brake and some new ceramic pads. So this truck is a 2006 Nissan Frontier, and the rotors are the OEM old rotors. It's just time to upgrade them. So we're upgrading these to some new slotted rotors. Should be a good upgrade and get the brakes back to functioning properly. So let's get these things mounted. Also, I will be trimming up my bumper. My plan was or is to go with a new aftermarket bumper, but I'm probably just going to trim this thing up for now, see how it looks, cut up the ends, and see how it looks. And so let's get this bumper dismounted and trimmed up and see how it looks. Let's check it out. So two 19mm bolts on the back side, and let's get these calipers off. All right, so got it disassembled. I also run a 1-inch wheel spacer all the way around, front and rear. It's a hub-centric wheel spacer. Never given me any problems, so I do a lot of off-roading. I think as long as you get a hub-centric spacer like this, you'll be all right. So if it doesn't have the hub-centric, I probably wouldn't roll that particular wheel spacer. So these are the new rotors that are going on. Nice and beefy, brand new, and ceramic pads, but slotted, brand new, should be a lot better braking power than these old ones that have never been replaced. So let's get these bad boys mounted. There's the old one. Look at this. I mean, there's a lot of scarring in here, worn pretty good. So yeah, it's time. And there's the replacement slotted. So fits awesome. Let's put this thing back together. So just using a caliper tool to press that piston back in. Yeah, look at how bad these were worn. Pretty bad. Look at that. Yeah, not good. So there's the fronts all mounted back in. Looking good. So let's get the rears buttoned up too. So got the bumper dismounted, fairly easy, and then let's get this bumper trimmed up. So yeah, I got the bumper detrimmed, all torn down. So now I'm just removing all the plastic dip on there. So got this thing all mocked up. Let's get to cutting. All right, so did most of the cuts. It's kind of how it looks so far. I cut off these little tabs. There's no point in having those. That's for that little plastic stuff that goes on the bottom. So there's the cuts. Kind of messed up right here, but again, I don't need it perfect, so I'll get that grinder, get this all cleaned up. There's the ends right there. And all I kind of did is just ratchet it to a chair so it's not flopping around as I'm cutting it. Alright, so there it is. Took my grinder, kind of cleaned up a lot of the edges, took all the little sharp points off. So if you touch it, it's smooth everywhere, nothing's going to cut you. But that's what it looks like all cut up. I kind of cleaned this side up a little bit, but it's not perfect. But again, I don't need it perfect. I just need it to function how I want it to function too. So took the grinder, just cleaned up a lot of the stuff. So let's get this thing painted. So got about 3 coats of paint on the bumper so far. Coming out nicely. Cleaned up some of the edges a little bit. So let this thing dry overnight, and we'll take it from there. There it is. But there it is. Came out pretty good. I had to do a couple additional cuts to the liner to bring it up to match. But there's the fender liner that I cut in, or cut out. The rebar, or the front reinforcement bar, sits out about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches. There it is. It's free to me. Only cost me manual labor. So we'll rock this for a little bit, see how it does out on the trails. But so far I like it. So far I like it. Okay, ladies.